Yo, what's cooking? It's Sheffy, and in this video, I'm going to list some of the strongest mantras in Deepwoken history. These mantras created very scary times, so if you guys enjoy this type of content, make sure you guys subscribe. I really appreciate it. So let's begin. Number 1. Metal Armament. With the release of the new Ironsing Attunement in August, we were given many new mantras and realized many of the mantras were overpowered. However, there was one mantra that really stood out, which was Metal Armament. On almost every other M1, the Metal Armament mantra would proc, which was basically a second M1 and a roll catcher and even had no parry stun. It would also proc enchants, so using an enchant such as Dedo was extremely strong. Almost everyone that made a new Ironsing build had the Metal Armament mantra, even low investment Ironsing builds that would go 40 Ironsing just for the mantra. Eventually, the mantra was nerfed very quickly as it tormented Shime for days. Number 2. Permafrost Prison. This mantra is a very recent hybrid mantra that was added to the game, where Shadowcast and Frostjaw was needed to obtain it. YouTube star in the hit game Deepwoken, Agamatsu, would find a way to abuse this mantra almost instantly. He turned the mantra from something cool to something extremely broken. He modified the Permafrost Prism to be tremendously huge, covering a large portion of the area. It would hit everyone nearby, and all players could do was hold their block. If they were hit, they would be jailed for a long time, and they would rot to the mantra. Legends have named it to be his domain expansion. Number 3. Flaming Scourge. This 3-star flame mantra is still solid today, but was very broken on release. When it first came out, everyone was dying to find out the strength behind this mantra, and they found out almost instantly. Flaming Scourge was a mantra that would catch you in an animation and slam you onto the ground, dealing damage. However, it wasn't easy not getting hit. Since the mantra just released, it was extremely buggy. It would go through blocks, parries, and dodges 90% of the time, meaning there was almost nothing you could do to prevent getting caught. If anything, you had to praise the gods for the small chance of not getting caught in the mantra. This would lead to crazy combos such as using Shadow Vortex, Flaming Scourge, then Shadow Gun, dealing an insane amount of damage, and also being inescapable. Whenever you got caught in the Flaming Scourge due to a bug, you would suffer in pain and sometimes whine. Number 4. Burning Servants. Burning Servants is a solid mantra, but having full modifications and Fan the Flames talent would turn your Burning Servants into Planetary Servants. Once again, hit Deepwoken YouTube star Agamatsu would popularize this mantra and influence many players to create his build and abuse it. Although the mantra wasn't the best in 1v1s, it was insane for ganks. If you were to use a Bloodless gem on the Burning Servants and use it in a gank with multiple people, you were bound to hit multiple people if some of them weren't paying attention, meaning you were able to get a good amount of health just by pressing a button. This would make you an ultimate boss raider where you challenge guilds of 5 alone. It was like you were the main character of Deepwoken. Number 5. Ice Fisher. Ice Fisher was one of the best mantras in the game and was both great for 1v1s and ganks. You could easily gain health by adding a Bloodless on it, but also its chilling effect where St. J would always proc. If you had Ice Fisher, your sustainability was high, and you were less likely to die in ganks. Ice Fisher was also used to create ice on large and flat surfaces, where ice talents that require you to stand on ice would be useful. You could also create ice on water, so if you didn't want to fight in the sea, you would place an Ice Fisher down to create ground. You could also pair the Ice Fisher with Stormblades or Gravity Field, making the mantra extremely annoying. Occasionally, you would trap innocent players under the sheet of ice. Number 6. Ceaseless Slashes. Ceaseless Slashes is considered to be one of the worst mantras in the game, and almost no one would ever touch it in PvP. However, the small amount of players that did use it, used it for other reasons than PvP. Using Ceaseless Slashes would give you a little bit of extra speed, but players realized that you were able to stack speed potions, cake, an adrenaline surge with the mantra, making you extremely fast. This of course would appeal to trackstar builds where running away and being a nuisance was your objective. It was nearly impossible to catch up to trackstars that abused Ceaseless Slashes. Just imagine a trackstar kidnapping your knocked friend, taking him away forever and robbing his 15 notes. That's gonna be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, please consider subscribing. Thank you guys and subscribe.